Hey, what's up, book lovers? My name is Mariam and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to do the Casting Hamilton tag. So this tag was created by Danielle from Simply Thoughtful Books. I'll leave her original video and channel link down below so you guys can check that out. Basically, in this tag, we are casting Hamilton with fictional characters. And I'm going to do this tag because no one in my life listens to Hamilton, and this is going to give me an excuse to talk about Hamilton because I'm obsessed with Hamilton and Hamilton is life. So I'm really excited to do this. It was actually pretty difficult for me to come up with these answers, surprisingly, but I think I'm pretty satisfied with my cast, and I'm just going to show you what fictional characters I think would be the perfect cast for Hamilton. So let's get started. So first up, we are going to be casting Alexander Hamilton, and for that, I'm going with none other than Augustus Waters from The Fault in Our Stars. Now hear me out. For Hamilton, we are looking for someone who's determined, who's intelligent, someone who's charismatic, and who's a little, arrogant. Does that not, scream Augustus Waters to you? That is all I could think about when I hear those characteristics. I'm like, that is 100% Augustus Waters. He is my Alexander Hamilton. He's definitely determined. He's got that Alexander charm, but he's, still a little bit arrogant, so I'm definitely down with Augustus Waters being my Alexander Hamilton. So this next one was, I think, the most difficult one for me to come up with, but it's Aaron Burr, and for this one, I'm going to go with Warner from the Shatter Me series by Tahara Mafi. Now, for this, I'm basically just thinking of how Warner is really reserved and self-motivated at the same time. Those two characteristics are very much Aaron Burr, and to me they're also very much Warner. So going off of those, I'm going to pick Warner to be my Aaron Burr. Aaron Burr was definitely the hardest one for me to cast, but Warner's gonna have to take it. Next up, we're gonna be casting the Schuyler sisters, and for Angelica Schuyler, I have Emma Carstairs from the Dark Artifices trilogy by Cassandra Clare. Now, Emma just screams Angelica to me. She's loyal, she's strong, she is so sassy. I love it. I love Emma. I love Angelica. Emma is loyal to the Blackthorn family. She is super strong considering she is a shadow hunter, and she's a great one at that. And I literally lived for her sass in this book. It was A+. A+ sass. I have not seen sass like this from Cassandra Clare in a while. For sure, I'm casting Emma Carstairs as Angelica Schuyler, and I think this is the one that I'm super proud of in this whole cast is Emma Carstairs as Angelica Schuyler. I feel it. I really feel that Emma Carstairs is Angelica Schuyler. And for Eliza Schuyler, I have Jill from the Bloodline series by Rochelle Mead. And the reason I'm choosing Jill is because we're also looking for someone who's loyal, and Jill's loyal, strong, and I consider Jill to be a pretty strong female character. But at the same time, we're not looking for someone who's super sassy. We're looking for someone who's really nice and sweet and kind. And Jill just screams that for me. She was the first person I thought of when I thought of Eliza Schuyler. And if you've read the Bloodline series, you know, Jill is super sweet, and she just screams Eliza to me. She's the wise kind of person in this series. I'm just thinking, definitely 100% Eliza Schuyler. And I would love to see it. I would love to see Emma and Jill together. So Jill as Eliza Schuyler is another cast that I'm pretty proud of. For Peggy Schuyler, we're looking for someone who is sweet and innocent and assumes the kind of sidekick role. For this one, I'm going to go with Luna Lovegood from the Harry Potter series. I definitely think she's super sweet, and she has a little bit of innocence to her, and she is a really great sidekick in these books. Especially starting the 5th book and on, I feel Luna's a great sidekick. So I'm definitely going to cast her as Peggy because she's super sweet and also fits that role of someone who's always there. Next up, I'm casting none other than Lafayette. And for Lafayette, I'm going to go with Lucian from the A Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas. For Lafayette, we're looking for someone who is brave and trustworthy, but can also kind of be the life of the party. And I definitely feel Lucian fits this. He's definitely brave. He's so loyal and incredibly trustworthy. From what I've seen so far, I'm kind of in the middle of Akamath right now, so I don't know how things are going to go, but so far he's so incredibly loyal, and he's also incredibly funny and has this personality that just sort of fills up a room. So for Lafayette, I'm definitely going to go with Lucian. Next up is John Lorenz, and for John Lorenz, we're looking for someone who is charming, open-minded, brave, determined, and ambitious, and for this one, I'm going to go with Aaron from the Winter's Trilogy by Marie Rudkowski. Aaron fits John Lorenz 100% for me. He's definitely got the Lorenz characteristics. He's so incredibly brave. He's willing to do anything for his people, but at the same time, he's like really charming. So Aaron is 100% my John Lorenz. The next person I'm casting is Hercules Mulligan, and for this one, I'm actually pretty proud of myself. I am casting Aedion Ashriver from Air of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. For Hercules Mulligan, we're looking for someone who's dedicated, resourceful, and someone who also has a big personality. So I think that if you haven't read Air of Fire yet, you should mute this video for like 2 seconds because I'm going to say a little teensy tiny spoiler about Aedion. So I'm going to put this book down for the spoiler part and I'll put it back up when I'm done talking spoilery. Okay guys, I'm assuming you guys have read Air of Fire. Hercules Mulligan is a spy. Aedion Ashriver is a spy. Do you see it? Do you see why Aedion Ashriver is my Hercules Mulligan? Like, I definitely see it. He's like so resourceful in that aspect too, of like being that spy and being one of the king's like greatest like soldiers or like warriors. Like, I see it so well. Aedion Ashriver as Hercules Mulligan. Like, this is like my, I think if I had to choose one that I was really extremely proud of in this whole entire casting, it's Aedion Ashriver. Like, that one is just like, it fits 100%. So I definitely feel like Aedion has a big personality like Hercules does, and he just has all the Hercules characteristics. So Aedion Ashriver is my Hercules Mulligan. Next up, we've got George Washington. And for George Washington, we're looking for a strong leader who's practical and honest. And for this one, I'm going to go with Khaled from The Wrath of the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. I literally cannot stress how much I love Khaled. Like, I literally can't. Like, or how much I love this book. I'm not even going to try to. But if you've read this duology, you know how much of a fantastic leader Khaled is. Like, he just is a great ruler, and he really cares about his people, and he is reasonable and practical, and he just thinks more about his kingdom and his people than anything else. He puts his people before himself and just takes his role as leader very, very seriously. So for that, I'm definitely going to give George Washington's casting to Khaled from The Wrath of the Dawn. Next up, we've got our favorite villain, King George III, who I love so very much. Every single one of his songs is just magic. And every single time I listened to any one of his songs, all I kept thinking was President Snow from the Hunger Games trilogy. He is literally the first person that came to mind when I was casting King George III. They're both great villains. They both have like the same kind of aura or feeling and vibe about them. And they both have like this kind of thing where they act like they're doing everyone around them a favor. President Snow just screams King George III to me. So next person we're casting is Thomas Jefferson. And for Thomas Jefferson, you're looking for someone who's flamboyant, opinionated, but someone who's also very good at what they do. And after Aaron Burr, I think Thomas Jefferson was the hardest for me to cast, and for this one, I'm going to go with Dorian from the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas, mainly because I just feel like Dorian's also like a little opinionated, just like Jefferson. He kind of gives off that Jefferson feel to me, so I'm going to go with Dorian for this one. Now, you can't have Jefferson without having Madison, and for Madison, we're looking for someone who's intelligent, quieter, and also plays a little bit of a sidekick kind of role, and I'm sorry if I'm going to be using the same books, but for this one, the first person that came to mind was Eddie from the Bloodline series by Rachel Mead. I think Eddie's a fantastic sidekick. Fantastic. He is one of my most favorite sidekicks like ever. Eddie's definitely smart, but he's also kind of quiet. He's got that stoic, Dompier, guardian vibe to him. So for me, Eddie is definitely like A+ James Madison. Next up, we've got Miss Mariah Reynolds. For Mariah Reynolds, we're looking for someone who's manipulative, desirable, and kind of irresistible, and also cunning. So hear me out on this one, and trust me when I say that I absolutely love this character, but these characteristics, oh my god, they just absolutely 100% scream Kestrel to me. Like, can we just, manipulative? Yeah. Cunning? Absolutely. Irresistible? Definitely. Like, she's a mastermind, I think. For the characteristics of Mariah Reynolds, Kestrel definitely embodies all of that. Does that mean that I ever think Kestrel would ever do what Mariah Reynolds did? No. But for just looking at characteristics here, Kestrel has the Mariah Reynolds characteristics because of the way that she can play these insane mind games on people and really get under their skin. And last but certainly not least, we are casting Phillip Hamilton. We are looking for someone who is charismatic, brave, loyal, and a little loud. And I think I can very much picture Jalal al-Khoury like being A+ Phillip Hamilton with those characteristics. Jalal has definitely got the charisma part down. Like, the guy is so charismatic, I can't even. He's definitely a little loud, definitely for sure. He's always laughing in this book all the time, loudly, and it's hilarious, and I love him. And more than anything, he's one of the most underrated, loyal, and brave characters I've ever read about. Like, I don't hear anybody talking about him, but my God, his loyalty just shines through so bright, and I love him for it. So if we're looking at Phillip Hamilton characteristics, that is my guy. So that is my Hamilton cast. I had so much fun with this video. I love talking about Hamilton all the time. Let me know if you agree with any of the characters that I cast, and let me know what characters you would cast down in the comments below. We could discuss. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time with a new video. Bye!